Hi there, it's Gabriel here, SEO Manager at Hike SEO, and in this video we'll be talking about domain authority and understanding how authority is calculated and measured at a domain level of your website. Alright, let's dive in. So in this video you'll learn what is domain authority, why is it important for your SEO, how is it actually calculated, how to check it on your website, also looking at what is a good domain authority score and how to increase it over time, and also looking at why does it change sometimes. And finally, the differences between domain authority versus page authority. All right, let's dive in. So what is domain authority? Domain authority is a metric developed by Moz, Moz.com, and they came up with this when they were in the early stages of SEO, and they came up with this to come up with some sort of metric to figure out how easy is it for a website, a domain, to gain search engine rankings. It predicts website rankings on SERPs, or search engine results pages, and it's measured on a scale from 1 to 100. So higher scores indicate greater potential to rank. So let's say your score is like 70, then that means it has a much greater potential to rank than a score that's 60. Factors that go into this score that's considered when they calculate the score are backlinks, trustworthiness, relevance, all of these different things and much more. So why is domain authority actually important for your SEO? Well, the main thing is benchmarking, and it's used as a valuable comparison tool to review the relative strength of different websites within the same niche or industry that you're in. So it's useful for competitor research and enables businesses like yours to set realistic SEO goals. For example, if you have a website that you just started and it's a brand new domain, there's a chance that you may not rank for a lot of the keywords that you want to, because there are already established players with higher domain authority. Next is backlink prospecting, and this helps to identify potential backlink opportunities that you can go to and potentially acquire some backlinks to further increase your score over time. So websites with higher DA scores typically indicate stronger authority and credibility in the respective fields or niches or industries. So prioritizing websites with a higher domain authority is generally a better thing. But don't look at domain authority just by itself, because you need to look at other factors as well, like the relevance of the site, the credibility of the site, the quality of it, the industry that it's in. All of these come into factor as well, including traffic, how many visitors, and how engaged those visitors are on those sites. So domain authority is a good quick metric to get a high level view, but there's a lot more to it underneath. So how is domain authority actually calculated? Great question. Well, we wish we knew the formula that we could share with you, but unfortunately it's a proprietary algorithm developed by Moz, so they keep it in their secret labs. It's measured from 1 to 100, like we said, but it's a logarithmic scale. And what that means in plain English is that the higher the number, or closer to 100, the more difficult it is to raise. So basically, if you go from, let's say, 1 to 10, it's much easier to go from 1 to 10 than it is from 20 to 30. Or it's much easier to go from 50 to 60 than 60 to 70, because it's like a curve like this, not linear. So it's a curve like this. It's much harder near the top. So yeah, factors such as number of linking domains, the quality of those links, traffic on the domains, trust scores, all influence the DA score. So these are the things that we know, but the actual algorithm, the specifics, we don't. So how do you check domain authority? Great question. So you can use Moz's Link Explorer tool and just put in your website URL, and it will tell you your domain authority. If you want to use a third-party tool, you can use the Website Authority Checker tool. Just visit that link there. and put in your website, and it'll tell you your DA. Or you can also use Hike SEO, the all-in-one SEO platform for beginners, small businesses, and agencies. And this has its own version of the domain authority. It's measured from 1 to 10 instead of 1 to 100. So similar concept. Obviously, the higher the number, the higher the authority of that domain. So here you can see in Hike SEO, the platform, you can look at some of these backlink opportunities. And in the corner of each of those boxes is a number. And it's color coded as well. So green is good. And then there's orange, yellow, and goes further down. But 10 is the highest authority score that you can get through Hike SEO. And you can see that I've circled it there. So you can easily find that when you're looking for potential backlink opportunities. So how often should I check the domain authority score? Is it worth checking daily, weekly? When should I check it? Well, the thing is with domain authority, it takes time to change. It takes quite some time for the indexes and the tools to update when there is backlinks, because backlinks can be all over the place. So around once a month is a good cadence, and this allows any backlinks that have been created during that 30-day window to be picked up and influence the domain authority of your site. So give it some time. So if you've built some backlinks, check a few weeks later or a month later, and then you'll see that it was picked up over time, and you can go from there and see that either increase, or sometimes it's not affected right away. Sometimes it requires multiple backlinks to start being affected. So what is a good domain authority score? Maybe you're looking at your site right now and you're wondering, is that a good number or not? It's a good question. So domain authority is always best used or reviewed in context. Just looking at the number isn't going to give you the best answer. What you want to do is you want to look at it when you compare it to your competitors in the same niche or industry. So it's not an absolute measure in the fact that, let's say you have a domain authority of like 30. Now that could be good or it could be not so good, but it all depends on the context. So if you're looking at your competitors in the same industry that you're in, and let's say you have a domain authority of 30 and your competitors have a domain authority of like 20, then that's really good. But maybe you're in a very competitive industry and you have a domain authority of 30, but your competitors have domain authorities of 60 plus. That's not so good. So you can see it's all about the context. So less domain authority than competitors may be harder to rank for the keywords that you want to. New websites with domains without any history, so brand new domains, the domain authority starts with 1 out of 100. So that gives you a little context. The average, and this is just really broad average, so don't use this as an absolute measure. The average is between 40 and 50. That's considered a really good domain authority. Domain authority of 50 to 60 is even better or good. And then we have domain authority of 60 plus, and that's excellent. So you definitely want to eventually get up to that level or higher. Remember, the logarithmic scale, like I mentioned before, means it's much harder to increase the score the higher the number. So going from between 40 to 50, much easier than it is from going 50 to 60 or 60 plus. So it takes a lot longer and a lot more backlinks, a lot more authority to build up to higher scores. So how do you increase your domain authority over time? Well, there's no quick or easy way to boost your domain authority, unfortunately. With anything in life, there's no quick and easy way that lasts and that is worth it. So it takes consistent effort, patience, and finding the right link opportunities over a period of time. So let's explore a few ways that you can do that. So quality over quantity. So links should be high quality, relevant, and credible in your industry when you link from them. Always, always, always focus on quality first, never the quantity. Okay, but that being said, you can have a high quantity of quality links which is even better. But don't just focus on the quantity. Look always first at the quality of the links. So it's better to have a few high quality links than a few more lower quality links. Analyze backlinks. It's important to do proper analysis of a domain to make sure that it's trustworthy, an authoritative source to link from. So look at the domain authority score, of course, but also the industry that it's in, the quality of the content, social media activity, the traffic, and other factors. Just go through some of their content and say, does this feel credible? Does this read like authoritative? Are they recognized players in the space? Things like that. Next is create quality content. So creating high quality content adds value to the target audience. And by adding value, people want to share that with others. Does it encourage them to link to it? If the content does, then there's potential to build natural backlinks. So have a look at the top ranking competitor content and gauge what the quality standards are for the topics that they cover. How in depth do they go? What kind of images and visuals do they have? How's the design? How engaging is it? All of these things are important to ask yourself. So it sets the bar for what quality of content that you need to create and what the audience is expecting. Now, obviously, if the first page results competitors, the content is so-so, then you have an even better chance to succeed because you can make it even better than they are. Next is compare your domain authority scores. So compare your DA score with your competitors. Is yours higher? Is it lower? How much higher? How much lower is it? Always view your DA in context. And then you have an idea how much effort or time, roughly speaking, you need to build up to meet or match your competitors' DA scores or exceed them. Now, where do competitors get backlinks? Always a question you want to ask. You can use Hike SEO's competitor opportunities tool, and this tool allows you or gives you an X-ray vision into potential backlinking opportunities. So it basically highlights all the backlinks that your competitors have and what sites those are. Now, the important thing here is to look for websites with overlaps in competitors. And this is a clue that it might be easier to get a backlink from them because they are linking out to multiple competitors in the same industry versus one that might just have an affiliation or relationship with just one in that space. So why does domain authority score change over time? It's a good question because sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, and you're wondering what's influencing that. Well, it fluctuates because of the dynamic nature of the web. Things are always changing on the World Wide Web, and links are constantly being added, removed, changed, things like that. So as the backlink profile that your website has changes, so does the domain authority score. So it might go up if you're acquiring high authoritative domain links from domains, or it might go down if you lose some links. So every link influences the domain authority score, however small. Even if you don't see it in the score, it's kind of like fractions of the score, which you might not see in the score itself, but it does influence it over time. Now let's talk about the difference between domain authority and page authority. Sound very similar, but obviously you can read in the actual titles domain versus page. So obviously they are different. Now, domain authority measures the probability of ranking an entire web domain in the SERPs, or the search engine results pages, while the page authority measures the probability of ranking each of the pages individually in the search results. So that's the difference. Now, let's talk about Hike again and domain authority. Like I mentioned earlier, you can see the domain authority score in Hike itself when you go into the competitor backlink opportunities section and other areas, and you can basically see whether this is an authoritative domain or potential backlink opportunity or not. All right, well, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, do let me know or comment below. And if you haven't yet signed up for Hike SEO, I highly encourage you do so. Check it out. Also check out Hike SEO's Learn SEO Hub at hikeseo.co/learn. There's countless articles there about SEO, pretty much every possible topic, and continually expanding and updating. So definitely go there. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.